Hi everybody, y'all. This is my first Star Wars CCG video. I'm going to be unwrapping a Premier Star Wars customizable card game 60 card starter set limited edition, so that's black borders, unopened, purchased recently on eBay. I first got into this game back in 1995. I knew only one other guy who played it, and neither of us understood the rules. I understand that's very common. And I was pretty much out of the game by the time the Unlimited Edition came out, so I didn't even hear about the New Hope expansion. Can't remember anymore what got me out of it other than just nobody to enjoy it with, really. But I spent many hours on the game, even though I didn't know how to play it. Just kind of used it to tell myself stories almost. But I'm a huge fan of the expanded universe. I mean, if you think about it, back then in 1995, they didn't even have... I don't even think they had this special edition of the movies re-released, and they certainly didn't have the prequel trilogy out there. This was one of the newest things in Star Wars at that time. Was this card game. I recall around this time the novel... I'm going to start opening it. The novel Tales from the Cantina, or Tales from the Mos Eisley Cantina, maybe? I don't know if that came before or after the premiere, but definitely had a lot of those Cantina characters in it. So that's the main reason I know what any of the Cantina aliens are called, which one's which, that in this game. So here we are. This is my first hands-free camera setup. It's actually a music stand. And it has like these holes in it. Here's the card here. I just smelled the box. It doesn't have the sense that the cards are going to have. I've watched enough of these videos to know that on this side of the rules booklet in there are the uncommons, and the one card on either side of the booklet are the rares. So I'm going to try to do what the experts do and go through the commons first. So this is actually my second deck to open in recent weeks. I ordered 2 boxes and 2 boosters as well, actually. Let's see, I think I want the rares last, so I'll take out the booklet. And the rares will be at the very back if I do this. Kudos to all those experts that I've been watching do this. So, background on me as a player, like I said, I didn't know the rules as a kid, and thanks to the Star Wars CCG Player Committee website, I've played a few games on GEMP so far. Definitely learned a lot, studied the rule book and all that. Took notes even, if you can believe it. So, I recently found my... How many cards did I have? About 400 cards, I guess, if you count how many slip cards I have left. I have almost 400 cards, all from the premiere. And so I'm going to have a lot of these. This one makes a new pilot, or makes a pilot add more power to their starship. I used to think that was very, very, very important. Maybe that's because I didn't have as many pilots then. A note on my collection, I have 0 main characters. It's kind of funny. 400 cards and no main characters. What are the odds? I don't know. Rebel Guard, can't move, but high power when defending. CZ3, I had him. I didn't realize he was a common because I think I got him last week. CZ3, something about reacting to battles. Combined attack. 1 starship. Target 1 starship by combining the destiny draws of 2 or more of your starship weapons at the same system. I actually have a lot of proton torpedoes and 2 quad laser cannons, etc. So 2 or more, man, game over. Jawa Camp. I don't think I had Jawa Camp. I'm playing on GEMP the other day with the Premier 2-player edition. It might kind of skew my perception of what cards I already had. Fusion generator supply tank. I used to think this was absolutely valuable, but now I kind of doubt it. Few maneuvers, towels. I already have a whole gaggle of towels. Good forfeit value there, and they can even sub in for another character that's been hit by a weapon. I mean, forget about it. That's pretty good. Rebel barrier. More proton torpedoes. Droid shutdown. I haven't yet played with very many droids. Okay. Light side Tatooine, got about 1 million of those. Lars Moisture Farm, nice. I have a feeling that's the first one of those I've actually drawn. Light side, because it's not burnt and smoking. Bear with me, I'm kind of putting some of the ones I didn't have before at the front. Still recording? Yes, not just talking to myself. If I'm lucky, these have all been within the camera as well. Tatooine, supply belt. This one we all know makes somebody a warrior if they aren't already, or makes them more powerful as a warrior. Could be worse. Bad feeling about this. Blaster rifle. It's a little bit more powerful than the Imperial blaster. I think I have more blasters on both sides than I do rifles, so that's kind of cool. Head Malice, the Warrior Maker. Deploy on any starship. When I was a kid, I imagined that this could add hyperspeed to a TIE fighter because it says add 1. What happens when you add 1 to 0, right? Probably not how it works. Dark Side Tatooine. And if anyone didn't know, a good resource for looking up questions like that is the glossary. It's available online. Like, oh my goodness, if there had been a glossary online in 1995 when I was in the 6th grade, I would have known some more things about this than I do. Death Star Trooper, set for stun, Overload. Cool. Jundland Wastes. I don't remember which side I had Jundland Wastes on, but it's probably this side, Imperial side. Yeah, I have 4 Docking Bay. Jawa Camp. I got both Jawa Camps, that's cool. I don't think I had either before. Or maybe I did, it definitely... Can't recall a location that looked quite that different between the dark side and light side. Oh, that's the Sandcrawler there. But still, it's a totally different time of day. Am I holding it upside down? Yeah, I was holding it upside down. Still. Yeah, I can't think of another one that looks quite that different between light side and dark side. Lost my place. Tequil. Lost Interrupt, because that'd be too powerful otherwise. Trade 1 Battle Destiny card with another. That's nice. Jawa. Surprisingly, I don't really have very many of those. I was trying to play this the other day just because it was in the introductory 2-player game, and it's kind of hard to synchronize the other player having one force left in their pile at the same time I did early in the game. Restraining bolt. Still, yeah, I haven't really played many droids, but I'm just noticing that this is up to play on any droid at any site. Interesting. TIE Fighter. Yeah, when I was a kid, I thought you could add a pilot to everything, because why else would I have so many TIE Fighters and Y-Wings and Imperial and Rebel pilots if I couldn't put them together? But no, permanent pilot. You know, one of the strengths of this in the early game is, I want to say it's Imperial reinforcements, where you draw Destiny and I think you get to pull TIE Fighters and Stormtroopers out of your Lost pile. Kenton Strider. Could have sworn Kenton Strider was a light side card that I already had. Stormtrooper. I can go a little bit quicker through these. Am I starting to get into the? You know what I didn't do? I didn't set it. I didn't mark where the difference was between the commons and the uncommons. So I have no idea whether I'm beginning to get into the uncommons yet. Yavin Sentry. I think it's pronounced Yavin. That's the thing back then. If they didn't even say the name of the place in the movie, and they might have said the name of Yavin in the movie, I don't know. But if they didn't say the name of it in the movie, it's pretty much up to you how to pronounce it. Restricted deployment. Hands back. Han is lost, retrieve him from the lost pile. Okay, what if you don't even have Han? Where can I retrieve him from when I play this? Trash compactor. I want to say I already have trash compactor. I don't remember. I definitely don't have all gonna get a lot thinner, that's for sure. Don't have that one. But back to Han. This might be my third hands back. Out of nowhere. I was just watching a video where the guy said this was pretty good. So you can tell already I'm not one of those people who's going to talk about his vast collection and he plays like 3 Darth Vaders because he's a professional at this. No, if I got something cool in here, it would actually matter to me. There's no way I'm in the uncommons yet if there's a Mos Eisley here, right? Right? Wrong? Don't know. Escape pod. Got some of those. Blaster rack. I've heard of that one. Redeploy weapons. That sounds handy in theory. Yavin 4 Jungle. I don't know if I had that one. Ion Cannon, cool. I had one of those already. I actually have the Devastator and the Imperial Star Destroyer. I've been lucky with ships. No Millennium Falcon, but 2 Star Destroyers, that's pretty good. I feel like you need some kind of token to mark a ship that it's been disabled. 0 and hyperspeed 0. All weapons aboard target are lost. Armor or maneuver equals 0 and hyperspeed equals 0, but it's not destroyed. You know what I haven't ever found out is whether pilots can override that, or the fusion generator supply tanks. Do you put those in your deck when you might be going up against an ion cannon? That's the question. Observation hollow cam. Just can't quite imagine using up a card slot on that. Sense. Sense and Alter, there's been a lot of talk about how good those are, and I haven't learned it yet. But canceling one interrupt or one react sounds good. Kind of makes me gag a little bit to hear that some people were putting multiples of these in their decks. I was in the 6th grade when this game came out. Come on. This was like 100% of my income went toward this game for a few months. Evacuate. Deathcha. I did not have him. 2 force from each player's force pile. May move elsewhere. I think in The Mandalorian we've seen Jawas on other planets, if I recall. Power +2 on at non-Tatooine sites. This is even better if you get them off of Tatooine. That's interesting. I wonder, I can't even remember this, but I wonder if there's like a tale of the Mos Eisley Cantina where he goes out, where he leaves Tatooine, or wanted to leave Tatooine. Wants to leave Tatooine to explore the galaxy. I'll bet that's it. Cantina Brawl. I did not have this one. Well, characters matching this are lost. Devastator. Aw. Well, you know what they say. There's one. If you already have it, what do they say? One to keep, one to share. That's what we all say in this game, right? One to keep, one to share. No, I don't know. Maybe I'll sell it. Let's take a look at it. And it does look a little slightly white around the edges. Definitely am not the type to grade these things, but I think it's a little bit shifted up vertically. Yeah, it does look like there's a little bit of a white bump there. But not bad. It's always fun when you get something new in these things. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll be getting more of these sometime soon.